Hey friends, welcome to another episode of the Entrusted to Lead podcast. I'm your host, Danita Cummins, and today we're diving into the heart of what it means to lead with faith and live with peace. And I get to share a sneak peek about my new book, Promise Over Purpose, Unveiling the Path to a Peace-Filled Life. So you don't want to miss today's exciting episode. Grab your cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, and let's get started. Doing things alone is entirely overrated. We all need a community to thrive. And that's why I'm part of an online community of writers and speakers, podcasters, and entrepreneurs called Creatives. And I love it. In the years since I joined this community, I've launched new ideas and I finally executed the dreams that sat on the shelf for years. Seriously. And I was able to do this because of the outstanding group of mentors, exceptional training, and encouraging mastermind groups with my new friends who did and continue to give me invaluable feedback. Oh, and not to mention all the fun, because we have had lots and lots of fun. Have you ever said, I want to write a book, or do you want to use your voice for the exciting world of podcasting? If so, Called Creatives is your best resource for up-to-the-minute industry training, expert advice, live coaching, and peer support like no other. Best-selling authors and speakers Allie Worthington and Lisa Whittle lead this community with a no-competition mission, and it shows. So join my friends and I in the Called Creative community. Head to my show notes, danitacummins.com/podcast, and click the link to get all the details to join. I promise you won't regret it. I look forward to seeing you in the community and watching you grow. How many times have you said, I don't know my purpose? Countless, if we're honest. What happens when we try to reconcile that quest for purpose with things like pain, identity, or performance? It's hard. It's really hard sometimes. Over the years, as a business coach, ministry leader, and mentor, I have met countless people who sought to answer that question. It's normal, but do we realize the level of anxiety, fear, and doubt that it creates? Do we understand the reasons why we search for purpose like it's a lost treasure waiting to be found? And then what happens when we get to the end of our purpose rainbow only to discover that there is no pot of gold? What do we do then? Well, friend, that was the question I sought to answer when I started writing my new book, Promise Over Purpose. The past few years have been a discovery journey for me as I have sought to understand the Christian pursuit of purpose and how that pursuit affects our ability to lead ourselves and others well. Along my own purpose journey, I found myself frustrated with being unable to answer the question. I looked at others and I believed that they had found their purpose and that mine was hidden or lost from view. And as I navigated that anxiety and confusion, I continued to return to one fundamental truth. God promised to love me forever. As the scriptures tell us in Jeremiah 31:3, I have loved you with an everlasting love. That is a promise, one that I can hold on to when my quest for purpose seemed mystical and hard to hold. So I began to wonder, if that one promise remains true, were there others? Are there other promises that I could cling to when my pursuit of purpose became too great to bear? The answer is abundantly yes. So over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to dive deep into the concepts in my new book as we look at the Christian pursuit of purpose. In this series, I'll share the lessons I've learned, segments from the book, and offer you tools and free bonus content to help you navigate your leadership journey or business growth plan. But the book isn't solely about pursuing purpose. It offers you an alternative perspective. What if we chose to live a life where all of God lives through all of us? What if we laid down our quest to find purpose and focused each day on the promises of God, finding our rest, strength, heart, and mindset in Him alone? And what if we lived out the great commandment that Jesus offered that said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind? This is the greatest and first commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. What if God has already provided our purpose? In this new season, I've discovered that there is a better way to focus our attention than to constantly chasing after purpose. God does have a divine purpose, friend, but it's His purpose alone, found in Christ Jesus. We are called to trust in His sovereignty and, above all else, to love Him and love the world. It seems simple, but I know it's not. So how do we live each day in the peace of knowing we are living a life fully alive in Christ by focusing on His promises? As leaders and as Christians, we strive to create a life where all of God lives through all of us. In the very depths of our hearts, we long for peace, a trust, a protection, a knowing that surpasses all other things. And despite what the world or the news or the latest t-shirt slogan says, we are striving to find a peace and an anchor for our restless souls. And we carry those fears, doubts, and insecurities into our ministry, our mission, and the marketplace. The anchors that we are seeking are God's promises, and they have been given to us as His chosen people in order to bring light and hope into the world, along with a host of a billion other things. In my book, one of the core principles I explore is how true peace starts with a deep-rooted faith. This faith isn't just a belief system. It's a guiding force that shapes how we make decisions, handle challenges, and inspire others. There is a deep connection between faith, leadership, and peace. Just like there is a critical link between purpose and identity, suffering and comfort, and work and worship. We strive to find ways to practically lead with faith in our daily life, amid the trials and struggles of personal and professional things. But how do we lead with faith? It starts with surrender. When we surrender our fears, doubts, and a need for control to God, we make room for His guidance. It isn't about being passive. It's about actively trusting God's purpose while doing our part. So I encourage you to examine where you need more faith in your leadership journey. These next few weeks, we're going to dive deeper into the needs that are under the surface. I like to call it the great iceberg of purpose. Maybe you're struggling to make a tough decision. Maybe you're navigating a difficult relationship, or you're just trying to get through the day. I get it, friend. Whatever it is, remember that leading with faith starts with living in the promises of God. Without the promises, we have confusion and doubt. And God promises to give us grace, provision, wisdom, restoration, and a litany of other things. 8,810 or more, if we're counting. So don't despair. If this resonates with you, make sure you're subscribed to our email series where you'll dive deep into those lessons each week. And don't forget, you can find more insights in my new book, Promise Over Purpose, Unveiling the Path to a Peace-Filled Life. Before I go, I want to express my sincerest gratitude to all of those who have helped me along the journey. I'll share more about them over the coming weeks for sure, but know that a book, like a business or a strong family or a military special duty assignment, doesn't happen on your own. We are called to be in community. And without the beautiful, gracious family, friends, mentors, coaches, and partners, I wouldn't be standing here today. I'd still be sitting in my kitchen with notebooks full of scribbles and Post-it notes all over my desk. I still have Post-it notes all over my desk, but that's okay. So know that my heart is truly overflowing with joy and gratitude. Know that you are not alone in your endeavors, friend. And know that as long as there is breath in your lungs, God has a multitude of promises that you can receive for your life. No matter what stands in front of you today, remember that His love is always bigger. I can't wait to share more about the book and this journey with you. Subscribe to the podcast on your favorite streaming platform, leave a comment or a review, and don't forget to sign up for the Entrusted to Lead newsletter so you can stay up to date on the latest episodes. Visit www.danitacummins.com/podcast for all the details. I hope you have an amazing day, friends. I'll see you later.